I've gotten a few requests to do a video when I received my Plum paper planner, and so here I am to do it. So, here's what it comes in. It comes in a bubble envelope, flat rate. One plus side for this one is that even though it's an envelope and not the box that you expect once you've gotten used to Erin Condren, it is 2 days shipping. So once it ships, it's on your door pretty quickly. In my case, it shipped on Thursday and was here on Saturday, and it ships from California. I live completely across the country, so to me that was pretty impressive. It was nice getting it so quickly when with Erin Condren it usually took a little over a week. So I had it in my hands a little bit faster. And then inside that envelope is this envelope, which gives your planner a little more protection. I've heard some complaints about bending because it's in an envelope and not a box. I didn't have any problems, as evidenced by this. So here's the planner. You have your frosted plastic cover, and then you have your cardstock with the design on it. The colors are a little bit more muted than the Erin Condren. Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties here. And then, let me see. So, here's the Erin Condren, so you can kind of see. Erin Condren's laminated. Plum paper is not laminated. Still feels pretty sturdy and protected, which I'm impressed by. So, I did ask for coral. This was supposed to be green, and it was supposed to be a more standard font. Standard's not the word I'm looking for. Not so cursive, but I wanted something a little prettier, and so she switched out no problem, and she changed the color. Now, I just said coral. This turned out a little more dusty pink than I would tend to call a coral. I've heard people send the hex codes, and she gives them a great color match. So if you're more picky than I am, that might be the way to go. So you open your cardstock cover, which is, I mean, it bends, but it's not like normal paper. And then you get to the front page of your planner. So I did order the student planner, not the family planner, because my primary responsibility right now is school. So you have your lines to put contact information. Paper feels very smooth, much smoother than the Erin Condren. I've heard some people say it was a little slick or a little waxy. I see what they're getting at. It doesn't feel like it'll be a problem to write on. I'll let you know. So you open it up and you have your 2014 headed lamps, 2015 headed lamps, and then your first month. So this is what the tabs look like. You have your month, first letter, cardstock just like the cover, thick, feels pretty sturdy, laminated tab, and then first notes page. Each month has 2 notes pages, one at the beginning and one at the end. So if you like to decorate, you like to have information, this is great because you have a lot of blank space. I don't do that. I just want to make sure my day makes sense. So, but if you do, there you go. Then we have months. The difference I immediately noticed upon looking at the website was that here, okay, let me get a good look. Month starts on a Friday, ends on a Sunday. I still get full-size boxes. In the Erin Condren, this row would be eliminated, and I'd have half a box for this day. I like having the full box because this is where most of my day-to-day, I have to be here at 10:30, I have to be there at 11, gets put. So I need a little bit more room for each day and not some days getting shortchanged. And then here's the weekly spread. So, like I said, I did a student planner. The student planner gives you a lot more room for your weekdays than anything else. So I have a place to put all my classes like organic, chemistry, physics, what have you. I'll still have room to put my husband so I can know when he's at work, what's going on with him. And then my weekends are much smaller, which in my case works just fine because my weekends are usually studying. And then on this side, let me move it. Did I do that right? Okay. You have your weekly checklist and then your quizzes and tests section, which I like pulls it out to the side. You notice it a little bit more quickly. I tend to not think about this has to happen Monday, this has to happen Tuesday. It's more like this has to happen sometime this week. So this works better for me than the, let me find a page that, there we go. Than these little lines down at the bottom. I don't pay attention to that. So this is working much better. If you do the family planner, your boxes for titles are much smaller. They're more like this size. And you get a full Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then a full Saturday, full Sunday. So that would be the difference. And each month looks the same. Now, in these planners, if it's from the month before or the month after, you get this gray. And then the actual month is a specific color. Erin Condren blends them together. That didn't bother me. I know it was. So each month looks the same. You get the same amount of notes, same amount of space. Colors repeat after a few months. Again, doesn't bother me. Not that particular about that. And so you flip all the way through, which when it's 18 months is a lot of flipping. And you get to your notes tab. So, there you go. Same deal. Pretty sturdy cardstock, laminated tab. And then you have notes. I added 10 extra note pages, which is part of why mine is pretty thick. So, let me find. And then you have a couple of blank ones with this little detail at the bottom, kind of reminiscent of washi tape. And then special dates at the back. Contact pages, which that's a close, we can do that. That's a close-up of what it looks like. And then you've got your holidays for the next 2 years and the remainder of this year. And then 2016 at a glance. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this. Alright. I also added 4 pages of stickers. I really like the stickers in the Erin Condren. Got very used to having that. So I added a few pages. They are pretty shiny, like you can see it when I tilt it towards the light over here. I've been told a fine point Sharpie marker, not the Sharpie pens, is the way to go for that. So I'll let you know. And the colors do repeat, so you get 2 pages of the same. If you only order 2 pages, they're all different colors. If you order multiples, they repeat. Then your For Keeps folder, 2-sided, just like the Erin Condren. Might be a little less sturdy. I'm not sure. It's hard to compare. But I didn't have a problem with the Erin Condren one falling apart. I know some people did. And then your back cover, which looks exactly like your front cover minus your name. And then the frosted plastic. So you can get a picture added on the front. You can change the colors. You can change the font. Very willing to work with you. You can change your mind in the middle, like I did, about various things. And they still try very hard to work with you. I haven't heard anything bad about their customer service. So that's a huge plus to me. So in comparison, I know everyone seems to ask some of the same questions. When does it ship? It was supposed to ship today. Today's a Monday. And it shipped last Thursday, arrived Saturday. So it arrived before it was even supposed to ship. That seems to be their goal. Most people seem to have that experience. Is it thicker? Well, I don't have a strict comparison to show you. 12 months of EC, 18 months of Plum paper. I'll put them on top of each other. Now, I will say, to me, this makes it look massive. It's not really, it doesn't feel that different. So I'll put the ruler beside it so you can kind of compare. So there you go. So the Erin Condren, about 1.5 inches, and the Plum paper is a little closer to 2 inches. But 12 months versus 18 months. I'm sure if this was an 18-monther, it would be a lot closer in size. The other fan favorite question, does the ruler work in the Plum paper? Now granted, one thing to be aware of is they do use, or they used to use, different coils for different planner sizes. So I have the 18-month, coils look exactly the same and fit exactly the same. So you could also use the reusable covers if you wanted something a little brighter, or I don't necessarily believe this will happen, this cover falls apart. You could replace it with a Erin Condren one. And just as another example, here are the coils. To me, they honestly look exactly the same. I can't tell a difference. And last but not least, everyone wants to know about the size of the boxes. Now, most people asking this question are asking about the family planner and not the student planner, but I can at least tell you about the months themselves. So, if you put the Erin Condren ruler up to this, you get 1.5 inches wide and just shy of 1.5 inches tall. That looks like 1 inch and a little more than 3/4. So in the Erin Condren is just shy of 1.5 inches tall, just over 1.5 inches wide. So a little bit of a size difference. And the weekly spread, I'll measure it for you. I don't know how different it would be, but if you're interested in the student planner one, we have just over 1 inch tall, just under 1.5 inches wide. So that's kind of what it looks like. So far my impressions have been good. I filmed this video 3 times, so in doing it, I've liked what I found. But I have to admit, my biggest reason for switching was not the planner itself. Although this does work much better for how I think and how I process things. I think by activity, not necessarily by, if I can find a page that's kind of blank, time of day. It's just not how I think. It worked when I was just working, not so much now that I'm in school. My big reason for switching was honestly the Erin Condren customer service experiences of other people I've talked to. There have been a lot of errors, a lot of wasted money. Not necessarily on the customer end, but on the business end, and a lot of wasted resources. People have had to have reprints, people have gotten other people's orders, they've gotten duplicates of their own. Some people haven't even ordered and gotten a box sent to their house with a life planner. Doesn't seem very organized. And honestly, I didn't want to use my money to support a business that doesn't necessarily seem to care about their customers. Plum Paper has had great customer service. They have a great reputation for customer service. What you see is what you get. They tell you it'll be a month before you get it, and they try to beat that, but they're honest and upfront about it's going to take a while because unlike Erin Condren where it's your cover that's customized, in this it's your whole planner. The insides are customized. You can pay, you can get 12 months, you can get 18 months. The months can start whenever you want them to. You can have them put your class or family subjects or categories in here for you. You don't have to write them. So there are a lot of options. And for me, that made the difference. If you have any questions, let me know.